Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're all good. We are reading lesson number 12 of your book 2, and the name or the title of this lesson is Hitchhiking Across the Sahara. We have already had many sessions of this chapter before. I think that we have had 7 to 8 sessions of this chapter, and today we are on page number 52. And we will be reading the first paragraph of this page. And before this, what happened is that Christopher was traveling. He was handed over to a small caravan by the leader of a big caravan. He was in companionship with Boubacar, who was given as a guide by Belengurnen to him, the professor to him. And but meanwhile he was just handed over to a small group and small caravan, and that caravan consisted of 2 people. 2 Tuaregs were there, a slave was there, and Christopher himself was there. And they were trying to search some well for water because they didn't have enough water supply, and their water bags had burst. So they searched a well, but that well was just bone dry. It was completely dry. What happens next, we are going to move now. There was only 1 tin of food left in Christopher's pack, and the 4 of them shared the beans it contained. His guides carried no food at all and very little water. By the time darkness came, Christopher's water supply was down to 1 liter. At this point, 20 large vultures were discovered, and these stood watching the travelers with interest, making up their minds whether they wanted white or dark meat for the meal they were sure they would soon be eating. So the dangers and the the heights of risk are appearing in this paragraph. The risks which Christopher had to encounter in that Sahara desert. They were heading towards Kidal, and from Kidal they were supposed to go or move to Timbuktu, which was the final destination, which was the destination Christopher wanted to reach actually. So what happens is that there was only 1 tin of food left. Obviously that was not enough for 4 people, and the 4 of them shared the beans it contained, and it only contained beans, and those beans were eaten by the 4 men. His guides carried no food at all. The 2 Tuaregs people who were in his companionship, they were carrying no food, and they had very little water, about almost no water with them. By the time darkness came, as soon as it got dark, Christopher's water supply was down to 1 liter. So the water supply which Christopher had, it was only 1 liter. It was just decreased to 1 liter. At this point, 20 large vultures were discovered, and the dangers increased when they saw that 20